A sure see-year-old boy slowly finds himself drawn to someone he never expected, his own elder sister. But one sentence from her shatters his dream world. Why did she say that? And what hidden truth lies behind it? Let's dive into today's shocking story. The story begins in a large house where many people had gathered. The house belonged to a woman named Natasha, who had recently passed away, and everyone was preparing for her funeral. Natasha had a 20-year-old son named Xavier, who had been a bit unstable since childhood. Despite his mother's death, Xavier didn't cry. Instead, he sat in his room watching old videos of his mother. Xavier often experienced neck pain, so he occasionally wore a collar for support. Meanwhile, a young woman named Ria, Natasha's elder daughter, arrived at the house. As soon as Ria arrived, the funeral rituals began. Xavier watched his mother's funeral from the rooftop, while Ria stood at the door below. After the funeral, Ria approached Xavier and told him that she had sold her fashion showroom and would now live with him. Ria had been living in another city for years, running her showroom there. Her father had died years ago, and now with her mother gone, Xavier was the only one left in the house. Knowing Xavier's mental instability, Ria sold her showroom and moved back to take care of him. A few days later, Ria took Xavier to a park to spend some time outdoors. Xavier rarely left the house and wasn't thrilled about the outing. He was even annoyed with Ria for moving in with him and wished she would return to the city where she ran her showroom. One day, while standing at a window in his house, Xavier noticed a girl who frequented a nearby cafe. She lived in his neighborhood and Xavier often watched her secretly. Ria caught him staring and asked about the girl, but Xavier lied, saying he was looking at a child nearby. Later, after taking a bath, Ria approached Xavier again, gently encouraging him to open up if he liked the cafe girl. At first, Xavier got angry, but when Ria suggested he should find a lover, he shyly rested his head in her lap. As Ria comforted him, she noticed Xavier becoming aroused but didn't say anything, and quietly left for her room. In her room, Ria felt her own desires awaken after seeing Xavier's reaction, but with no one to fulfill them, she went to sleep. The next morning, Ria called her lover, Max, who lived in the city where her showroom used to be. She invited him to visit so he could satisfy her desires. Meanwhile, Xavier stayed in his room watching TV, as he rarely went out. He often watched adult movies instead of regular shows, and that day was no different. Ria interrupted him to inform him that guests were coming over that evening. Xavier, uninterested in guests, expressed his dislike for them. That night, Ria's guests arrived, including Max. Ria had invited Max intentionally to fulfill her physical needs. While the guests ate and chatted, Xavier remained silent, his attention fixed on Ria. After the guests left, Ria took Max to her room, and Xavier, overhearing them, secretly watched as Max and Ria became intimate. The next morning, Ria openly told Xavier about her night with Max, describing how Max had aroused her and satisfied her. She was deliberately sharing these details to stir Xavier's emotions, hoping it would motivate him to find a girlfriend. That night, Ria continued sharing provocative stories with Xavier to further awaken his desires. The next day, they visited a cafe where Ria kept talking about her experiences with various men to excite Xavier. Later, while cleaning the house together, Xavier shocked Ria by saying he wanted to be intimate with her. Stunned, Ria reminded him that she was his sister and couldn't engage in such a relationship. Xavier insisted he needed to release his pent-up desires and asked for her help. Ria, who had been trying to encourage Xavier to find a lover, realized she had unintentionally trapped herself in this situation. The following day, Ria invited a prostitute to their house, hoping she could satisfy Xavier's desires. Ria wanted Xavier to act on his urges in her presence, but when the girl began undressing Xavier, Ria, overcome with jealousy, scolded her and sent her away. She lied to Xavier, saying the girl wasn't attractive enough. In truth, Ria was starting to develop conflicting feelings for Xavier, despite their sibling bond. The next day, Xavier's tutor, who occasionally taught him due to his mental condition, visited the house. Ria invited the tutor, referred to as Master G, and some friends for dinner, hoping to build a rapport with him to ensure Xavier's proper education. Master G's charming demeanor caught Ria's attention. During dinner, Ria began flirting with him, touching him inappropriately under the table, which Master G reciprocated. Xavier, sitting across from them, noticed their behavior but remained silent, as Ria was the one initiating it. One day, Ria and Master G went to a park, unaware that Xavier had followed them. In a secluded area, they began kissing, and when Xavier saw them, he attacked Master G in a fit of rage. Ria managed to stop Xavier and sent Master G away before comforting her brother. Back home, she confronted Xavier, asking why he had attacked Master G. Xavier angrily replied that he didn't like Master G and couldn't stand seeing him with her. Furious, Rhea slapped Xavier and stormed off to her room. The next day, Rhea returned to the city where her showroom had been, rejoining the fashion world to distance herself from Xavier, whom she realized had developed romantic feelings for her, something she couldn't accept. One day, Xavier showed up at her place, admitting he couldn't stay away. Rhea introduced him to Max, with whom she was now living. That night, Max and Rhea were intimate again, and Xavier secretly watched them. This time, Rhea caught him spying. The next day, Rhea began packing Xavier's belongings to send him back home. Xavier, desperate to stay with her, resisted, leading to a heated argument and physical fight. Exhausted, Rhea relented, telling Xavier he could stay but that she would marry Max. Xavier, still wanting to be intimate with her, persisted, and Rhea, worn down by his insistence, reluctantly agreed. In the end, Rhea married Max, and Xavier continued living with them. He also began engaging in an inappropriate relationship with Rhea. The story concludes here with a note of thanks for watching the video.